So we are back again for the first time in quite a while for a minifigure haul. And yeah, so we have some things finally set up and we can finally get back to going through them. And yeah, so first up, we are starting with this one here. This was a 5-pound bag of minifigures. I honestly can't remember how long I've had it sitting around for, but so I don't know the exact price. I'm thinking it's somewhere around the $800 mark, but that's in Canadian dollars, so that's probably around $600 USD, give or take a little. So yeah, we are going to go through this lot today, and yeah, I think I mostly bought this one because it is just a lot of minifigures, not necessarily because I saw a whole bunch of exceptional things or anything like that. I'm just going to cut the top of the bag real quick, and I dropped my knife. But yeah, so we are just going to dump this out a little and just see what we have to work with. Just going to try and dump it all out onto the side, even though I probably don't have enough room for it all. So probably shouldn't be trying to do this in one video, but for the first one back with the new setup, thought might as well, it'll be a bit of fun. So yeah, just going to dump it out, and there is definitely a lot. So yeah, just going to move that around there, and then yeah, there's quite a few minifigures in here, so let's just move it all to the side. And yeah, looking at it, it definitely looks like a lot more than you see in the bag, and it looks like my light just fell over, so let's bring that guy back and do that. Yeah, so let's just start going through it. So that's actually, I think this here is one of the ones I saw in it. Let's just double check that it is real, and it does not look to be real. Oh no, it is real. The lighting was just bad. Let's see if we can get it to focus. You can see the Lego logo. Partially it's more visible in person, but it's definitely real Lego, and I think that is Kabuki. I might be saying it wrong. Nia, and that one is a really good minifigure, so we'll put that one there. Some Hidden Side, Alien Defense, Toy Story, Jurassic, Forceman. Those guys are always really nice to get, and this looks to be a nice copy of it. Very good quality. A bit difficult to pick up on camera, but that is in really nice condition. So I'll put that guy up there, and I'll probably need to grab a container partway through because there's not that much room. Pearl gold hair. I don't know if that's real. It might be. I need to figure out how to exactly go through this stuff here because I can't say the name of every single minifigure because we'd be here all day, and don't have time for that because I have to get this stuff washed and listed. And stuff like that. And so yeah, just I think this stuff's from Video. That one is also from Video. Always interesting ones from there. And then that one just looks a little bit off. Actually, I think it's just missing its hood. But yeah, the colors on that are really bright for some reason. Oh yeah, it's fake. That's why. That explains it. The head is also fake. Okay, yeah, that's just a fake minifigure. I knew it looked a little bit off. Ghost things there. Those are always really nice. Star Wars pilots, those ones always good for a few bucks at least. Cassian, I don't think this is his expensive version, but I think both versions of him are still relatively decent. Not Forceman, Lloyd. Can't say I've seen that version of him too many times before, although I think I just saw it on the forums the other day with a watch set. So there's a nice Fright Night shield. I'm going to be taking out all of the chrome type parts because those ones there, they would get damaged when I wash it. Because yeah, I'm going to be putting all this stuff through the ultrasonic cleaner, and yeah, we'll see how well that does. Then we got the Adventures. I think this is Baron von Baron or something like that, but he usually sells surprisingly well. So there's that one. Got a Nia. Ooh, a nice old dragon plume. Those guys there are nice in white. They're worth a very large amount. But that one's red, still worth a decent amount, I think. Driver. I think that's Deadshot, but I might be wrong, and I think he might have a bit of value. I haven't actually gotten him in a while, so I'm not entirely sure. I think this here is, I'm gonna say the name wrong, so I can't remember which one it is. It's not Explorian. It might be Spyrus. I know that there's a droid from that. No, the Spyrus ones are red and blue. And this one here, I know what it's from. I can't remember what though, but it is a very solid one. Those guys, as soon as I get them listed, they're always sold like instantly for me. And I just realized that that helmet looks a little bit different than ones I've seen before, so I'll have to check. I'm gonna move some of that stuff off camera. Yep, some fake, I think that's Death Trooper stuff. Kai. No idea on that one. Yeah, I really definitely need to figure out some dialogue for this stuff, because, yeah, just not sure what to talk about half the time. But, yeah. Ooh, nice pearl dark gray headgear. Is that fake? That's, oh, I hit the camera. Sorry for anyone watching. Nope, that's definitely fake. Unfortunately, I'll check it a bit closer off camera though, but I'm pretty sure that one's fake. Jaco, I think that is. Thought that was another Cassian for a moment. That's another Deadshot. That's a nice one. Both the hands are still faced like that, so it is real, and it looks to be in overall decent condition. So I wonder how played with that one was, because that's how the hands usually are from the factory, though some people might be doing that intentionally just to make it look more like it was originally. Then yeah, I'm definitely going to need to get a box for this, because I severely underestimated just how much room this stuff is going to be taking up. So yeah, just got a container over here on the side. Ooh, the Witch King from Lord of the Rings. That's a real nice one there. Then let's see here. I think that there is a Hagrid face from Harry Potter. Then a Man-Bat, the dark brown version. I believe that is from Monster Fighters. It's a somewhat decent one. Got a green pilot. I think that the green ones are worth a little bit more than the dark green ones, but I haven't had one too recently, so I'd have to double check on that. Clone heads, you can never get enough of those. Then a Spider-Man hat. I think that's Peter Parker. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that has a bit of value. Ooh, the Falcon CMF one. That there is a more recent one, but that's a cool minifigure there. I'm pretty sure it's got at least a bit of value, so that is nice. There's definitely a good amount of CMFs in here. It's a flat silver one. I think that's from Marvel or DC, but I'm not entirely sure on who that is, so we'll have to check that one out later. And then, let's see here. Good amount of CMFs. Oh, some more chrome silver. It's one of the knives. Put that one over there. And then the one that we saw on the bag, the clone. So that's a real nice one. I can't remember what that goes for, but I think that there is one of the very first minifigures I ever sold online when I started selling a long time ago. So definitely a nice one to get there. That there is the one droid from Star Wars and from the Kessel run, I believe. I don't think it's too expensive, but it's a really nice minifigure, and I've never actually had it before, so it's nice to see it finally. And then the shield, that there is from the same series as this one, I think, from the Troll, or was it Goblin one there. It's a nicer old Harry Potter torso. Always something on them, though. You can see there's some random stuff there, but that's why we wash it, so that stuff can get all cleaned up. Like, definitely lots of just good stuff in here. Like, I know that head I always seem to run out of, but some Shaggy torsos are always good to get, and then just lots of good stuff for rebuilding, like Knight's Kingdom and stuff like that. Shields are always nice. This here is Jungle Robe Garmadon, I believe, or is it Final Robe or something? And yeah, it is real Lego, and so that there is a nice one to get. Just need his helmet, and he might have had a cloth or like cape thing, pauldron. I'm not entirely sure if it's that version or a different version of him. Don't think that that is real. Yeah, that is. There's the one type of brand that always has the dot in the center, and that's a dead giveaway because I don't know if I've ever seen that on Lego before. There might be, but yeah, so that's his shield there, so that's a nice one. I think that's the first time I've had him as well. That looks like a CMF because it's got the printed arms, but I don't think that's too valuable. Oh, that one there is nice. That is from the Beatles. And these guys here, most of them are worth at least like 20-30 bucks. So that is a really nice one to get there. And I'm going to clean this up here. Not sure whose legs those are. Oh, there's another Forceman. Didn't even notice that earlier. So that is a nice one. That is a Bib Fortuna torso and an old Emperor Palpatine head. I don't actually know if that version is too valuable of that. Got a snake thing, and this actually not completely chewed up. This here is actually in real nice condition for this type of a part. Still got scratches on the bottom, so it's not like it's mint, but I do think it is real. I'll have to look closer later, but that's a nice one. This guy here, always nice to get because his cape is something I, at least on some figures, use quite often. So whenever I get one of those, that's nice to get. Another one of the Beatles. That there is nice. I think I just sold his hairpiece for like 30 bucks the other day. Or is it $20 or something? Because yeah, his torso is cracked and stuff like that. So I just parted it out. And yeah, so that there is a really nice one there. I know that that one is decent. And here's another one of the Beatles. So we might actually get the entire set in here. I think that there's 4 plus the one other one. There's the other one there. And so yeah, Jeremy, I think it's his name. And so I think that there's one more. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check later. And then we got, I think it's Fangpire, or that might be the other one. So we are getting more of him together. So that's nice. Old Western torso. Thor torso. That one looks like it might be from the Flintstones. I'm not entirely sure. Those legs don't go on it. I'd have to check closer, but that might be the Flintstones there. There's some strings and stuff in here. Let's just pick some of that up. I can put it in the box. And that's actually the transparent purple magnifying glass. You don't find that one too often, so that's always nice to get. I think that that's the last of the Beatles. So yeah, it seems we got all 4 of the Beatles, and those ones, they're really nice, so that is good. It's a keychain version of Anakin. You can see from the metal thing there. Can't really do too much with these guys. You can usually salvage the arms, but besides that, not really much. Yeah, usually they don't really sell that well, especially when they're broken like that with no chain. That there is the white headgear on that guy. That is from the Utapau Troopers, and it's not always easy to get those. So yeah, it's nice to be able to get that helmet. It's a real nice one. Batman there. I think that's from a CMF, so it's not too crazy. Then we have from Malone, from the Jazz. So I know some of those guys are actually worth a little bit. I think it's Kobe Bryant's one is worth a fair amount. and stuff like that. So I'm not entirely sure about that one, so I'll have to check later. That one is one of the unnamed ones. Whenever you see one of these torsos, you just aren't sure until you flip it over. Actually, it might have some back printing, I'm not sure. If it's the one from the Cafe Corner, that goes for a whole bunch, but it's not that one. Digiloid. Iron Man on a Rebel Trooper, Iron Man head on with a Rebel Trooper torso and Sabine legs, I think. I think that's Sabine, or is it Ezra? I'm not sure. There's that, and nice old classic castle. Those guys are real nice to get. The gold on those can fade pretty easily. It looks pretty good here. I'm not actually sure if that gets worn in the ultrasonic cleaner, so I'll have to figure that out. Another chrome knife, another shield. Yeah, these ones here, I think some of them were stickered and some of them were printed. I don't think I've ever actually come across a stickered version of it, so that is interesting. I think that this here is also Baron von Baron, like the same name as the other guy, wherever he is. Oh yeah, here, or something like that, except it's just different. I can't remember because I was working on a listing for that lately, or like recently, and it had the same name as it might have been this guy, it might have been a different guy. I can't remember. A lot of them are very familiar. I remember them from the Lego Racers games, but don't know too much aside from that. Let's just dump these into the box. And now I'll just grab another box so that we have just a little bit more to work with, and then we can work on this stuff here. We're getting pretty good through this stuff. I think that is an orange soccer ball separate from the Zamora spheres, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. Got another of the Knight's Kingdom, looking for the dark purple one of those. And speaking of, we just found him, but we'll have to see if his helmet is in here, because people really like his helmet for the classic Spaceman one, though the remake definitely affected the price of that, but it still is going pretty strong. Then we got the Christmas Jango Fett. Did not think I had one of those in here, but that's a nice one to get. Old dark gray visor, those are nice. Then another older castle one, that's nice to get. I think that's one of the underwater ones. That might explain where those torsos are from then. If it's from the Ninjago that was underwater. Now this one here, I believe I found fake many times, but this one seems like it is actually real, so that is nice to get. Ninja Turtles, those guys usually sell pretty decent. Another, well not another, just a space one there. I think that one there is actually somewhat decent. So that's nice. And then another one of these. The difference between these two here is mostly, or maybe entirely, with the helmet printing. And I might be wrong, but I think that the plain yellow one is actually almost the same value as the other one, or if not slightly more. I haven't actually had them in a while, so I'm not entirely certain. Old Western torso. I think that's Marvel or DC. Then a Space Police one. Those guys are pretty nice to get. I think they sell real fast, so it's nice to get more of them. Classic Fireman. I think that these guys are pretty cool looking. They're very classic for their look. Wooden Horse. Battle Damaged Anakin. I don't think that one's too expensive though. Nice classic Pirates torso, except it looks like it might be damaged there on the side. Yeah, it's definitely quite worn, this torso here. Got bite marks on the back as well. You might be able to see it slightly in the camera. Ooh, I think that this here is check. Yep, that is that there, and that is the, I think it's Violet. I might be wrong though, from Ninjago, and I think that that minifigure is pretty cool because it has the one mask that is, I think, my favorite Lego element. And so whenever you find a minifigure that has that, that's pretty cool. We'll hope that the mask is in here, but we haven't seen it yet. But it will all be listed and processed eventually, because I do like to list individual parts a lot in addition to the minifigures. So if it's here, I'll eventually find it. And there's that. Then we got another one, and this here is Rose. Haven't kept up with basketball too much, so I have no idea if that's too good or not. That torso is familiar. I'm not entirely sure who that is. We'll have to check later, but that is very familiar. Got a piece of paper. Always love finding things like that in the lots. Put that on the side. There's another dust thing. Ooh, another one of the shields for those. Shields are really nice. I think aside from the mask things there, shields are probably one of my more favorite things to get. They're just always nice. Bugs Bunny. Harumi. I think that the other version is a little bit more valuable. Is that Tobias, maybe, from Star Wars? Not entirely sure. The Skydiver is one of the very first LEGO CMFs I actually ever saw, so it's very nostalgic to always see those things there. Although I'm not sure if it's quite right to say nostalgic, even though it's only been like 10 years since that stuff was released. But still, it's always nice to be able to see one of those, even though it holds pretty much no value for that one. I can't remember. I think this might be Nightwing. I'm not entirely sure, but I haven't seen that one in a while, so it'd be nice to look at that one. Another basketball player, and that is another Rose. Ooh, another nice shield. Another classic castle torso, missing the arms. Seems to be slightly worn. That one there is without the numbering on the back, because I think that torso there was used in a whole bunch of the soccer sets or something. So then a whole bunch of them just have like a number on the back, which is a bit weird. But then that one doesn't, so that might actually be from the castle ones. Then, now the question is this real? I think I found it more times fake than I found it real, but it is real, so that is nice. That is from the Gremlins, I believe, and I'm pretty sure that guy has some pretty decent value, so that is a nice one. We might have most of the Looney Tunes CMF series in here at this rate, because we're getting quite a few of them. Santa. I think that's actually the cab driver from one of the recent modulars or something. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, another one of these. That is not Lego, it's a laptop of some sort. Might be Playmobil, not entirely sure. Star Wars legs, Indiana Jones, well, it's on others as well. I think head and his city torso. Dumbledore, don't think that's too expensive. I think that's red visor. I think that there's one version that's a bit more expensive than the other one, but I am not entirely sure which. Another nice Forestman one, so that is nice to add. And then another of the orcs, so that there is nice to get two of those. It's a pretty cool looking minifigure. And yeah, just see this one now. So that is the reddish brown spaceman from the series, and that's going to most likely be pretty solid. And then this here is the snake shield. I think that this here, I can't remember if this is from a series minifigure or if this is one of the old Harry Potter ones, but either way, it's a really nice shield. Then getting to the last pile here. Okay, that, I'm not sure if that might actually be Deadshot or instead of the other guy, or if that's a different one. That there is actually Wrestler. I thought this was the one series CMF. It might still be series 1, but I thought this was the one that had the helmet and stuff like that. Although that's not specific at all, so that doesn't make any sense. But I'm not entirely sure who that one actually is. Flash Head. And I just realized that the one minifigure that had the pirate head I did not see here, so I must have missed that. Then there's a Forceman one, Mighty Micro's Joker, and Senate Guard with a knockoff armor piece. But yeah, that seems to be everything from this. Actually, I can't remember if this one here is a solid one as well. But yeah, that is everything from this lot. We just finished calculating all of the stuff, and I'm not going to spoil how many pounds we ended up getting last year of minifigures. But it was nice to be able to get that all figured out, but that'll be in the vlog that was released probably sometime in the future based off of this timing of the posting of this video. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, thanks for watching this, and yeah, hopefully we have a lot more of these videos to be released, and yeah, we'll see. But thanks for watching if you got this far.